Okay, this is actually past year question. Okay. What I'm trying to see just now is, I think I perhaps just show you this answer right here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so answer first. So question number 1 for SGCC is SGCC should appoint a new CEO and or board chairman. Okay, number 2. B. Question number 2. SGCC should appoint 3 new non-executive directors to the board. Okay, number 3. To answer this one, and should not rely. Once SGCC should establish, hold on, the correct answer are should not rely, should establish an audit committee with at least 3, should rely on external, should rely on the EA. Hold on. Your audit system does not feel that SGCC's approach to internal control is sufficiently robust to comply with the corporate governance principle and a strong business rating to internal control. Sorry guys, WKIB first, question number 3. Okay, there's a slight changes in the question. Sorry, I did not notice that yesterday. Okay, question number 4 is this one. Okay. Okay, question number 5. Outsource. Oops. Internal audit department can be set up on a short-term basis. Yes, internal audit staff will have an increased understanding of the audit stuff. Okay, this one. Okay, outsource and in-house. The next one. Okay, is what are the options? Procedure number 1. The reason why I give you this copy of MCQ question 3 is because for you to practice in the real exam scenario. Okay, sometimes there is a drop down, sometimes there is a box to tick. Yeah, that's why I use this copy. But so sorry guys, I didn't notice that there's some slight changes. Okay, so for this one, procedure number 2 is obtain third party. Okay, this one is interim audit, right? So the procedure number 4, I believe, is for interim audit. Okay, and the final audit, procedure number 2 and procedure number 3. Match each of, okay, match. Oh, so in exam you have to, perhaps, I don't know, sometimes you have to drag and drop, sometimes you have to match. Okay, I believe there's some constraint here because this is not the real CBE platform. So yeah. Okay, question number 7. Which one is not a valid reason for producing audit documentation? This one. Which one is not a valid reason? This one, which one is not? Okay, not is incorrect. Members to audit team. Direct to audit. We provide evidence. Okay, the answer is 3. C. Okay, question 7, the answer is C. Question number 8. Is 1. Okay, B. Number 9. Direct assistance. Direct assistance. This one and this one, A and B. Okay, A and B. So number 10, during the interim audit. Okay, the answer is D. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last one. And you made. This one is relating to going concern. So the answer is the going concern basis. Yes, okay. A and C. Question number 12. This one and this one. A and B. A and B. Question number 13. The answer it is, okay, which two of the following audit procedure will yes. Okay. Obtain cash flow forecast and also review the board minutes material. (14) I believe the answer is audit opinion is going to be unmodified. Okay, so here would be MERDC. Unmodified and described in material uncertainty to include MERDC, material uncertainty relating to going concern, paragraph in your answer. Oh, last one, ada lagi. B. Okay. How do you feel about this set of questions? Question 1 is about corporate governance and internal audit. Number 2 is about internal audit documentation. A bit more on internal audit, and the third set is relating to review stage or completion stage. Going concern report, and one question relating to subsequent event. Okay, so let's just make use of available time that we have. So I'll give you some time. Number 1 until number 5. Number 1 until number 5 first. Which one you need further? Which one you get it? Which one you need further explanation? Number 1 until number 5. Number 1 and so on. Okay, let's go. Which of the following action are appropriate? Okay, which of the following action are appropriate to improve SDCC corporate governance compliance? Okay, okay, the board. Mr. Shepherd is the CEO and chairman. Okay, which is not advisable at all. Okay, CEO is usually the ED. It's part of ED. Chairman, thus is part of an ED, and it cannot be the same person. Okay, he appoints and maintains a board of 5 executives, 5 ED and 2 NED. Okay, which is not balanced. While the board set performance target for the senior managers in the company, no formal target are set for each director, and no review of the board policy is carried out. A performance target is needed for us to evaluate whether shall we keep these directors. Okay, because we don't want to keep on paying directors which doesn't really contribute much to the company. Okay, waste of money. Okay, board salary are therefore set by Mr. Shepherd again, okay, based on his assessment alone of all the board members, including himself, and not their actual performance, as DCC does not currently have an audit committee. Okay, what else can I think of? Salary of the directors should be set by the NED, or to be specific, remuneration committee. NED ada apa? Audit committee, ada remuneration committee. There are also nomination committee. So relating to the salary should be set by the directors, non-executive directors in the remuneration committee. Okay, what else? Okay, audit committee for a listed company is a must. Okay, so we should allocate 1 person for that. Okay, I believe this is for internal control. So to answer to answer question number 1, which of the following action are appropriate to improve SDCC corporate governance compliance? Okay, SDCC should appoint an external consultant to review board policy. Yes, you can, You can, but is it going to resolve the issues in SDCC straight away? No. You can appoint, but that one maybe after you have already, this is not, to appoint external consultant. This is optional. For a company, if you are a listed company, especially in the US, you would have the checklist already. Apa yang kena buat, apa yang tak boleh buat. Okay, especially in US lah. But if Malaysia or UK company is a bit relaxed, you don't have checklist, but you have a best practice. Okay, you can follow those best practice. Okay, SDCC should appoint a new CEO or board chairman. This is number one answer. It cannot be the same person. Why? Because later Mr. Shepherd would have, we call apa, undeterred, unrestricted, undeterred power. No one can challenge him. No one can challenge him. So first thing first, what we should do is, I think Mr. Shepherd should remain as CEO and we appoint someone else to be the chairman. Okay, so SDCC should create a remuneration committee to oversee the appointment of new directors. First part of this answer is correct. This is correct, but the function is wrong. Remuneration is to oversee the salary or remunerations of directors. Okay, appointment of new directors should be done by nomination committee. Nomination committee. Nomination committee. Nomination committee. SDCC should implement a formal and rigorous evaluations of directors' performance once every 2 years. This part is correct, but this part is wrong. The correct answer would be once every 3 years. Once every, hold on. Okay, where is it now? Once every, is it annually or once every 3 years? Ayo. Okay. Sorry lah guys, dah tua ni selalu lupa. Okay. Okay. There's no answer here, but I suddenly remember it should be on annual basis. It should be on annual basis. Once every 3 years is the old code. Okay, now it's on annual basis. Okay, so the answer is B. Okay, number 2, which of the following statement is correct in regards to compositions of the board at SDCC? SDCC should appoint 3 new NED to the board. Okay, because they have now 2 NED, now 5 ED, right? So this NED and ED should be balanced. So yes, I think 3 NED is sufficient. We put Mr. Shepherd aside first since he is a bit problematic sikit kan, because there's a need. So we just take it as face value or just look into this sentence only. So 3 additional NED is fair. Okay, so this is the correct answer. SDCC should reappoint 2 of its ED as an ED. No, you cannot do this. Once that directors is part of ED, they cannot simply move to become an ED. Because guys, to become an ED, you must be independent. How can you be independent if you, as of last year, you involved in the day-to-day operation? Suddenly you want to become an independent eye to the company. Cannot lah. It cannot be done. Okay, once you are involved in the day-to-day operation, you can no longer be independent. Okay, it's not as simple as that. Okay, so cannot. The C, SDCC should appoint 3 new NED. No lah. Okay, dah terlebih dah. Now we have 5 ED. If we add on another 3, then it would significantly exceed the composition of NED. Tapi guys, I just want to remind you, but if we have extra NED, the best practice is balance. But if we have extra NED, it is acceptable. But we cannot have extra ED. We can only have extra NED. Okay? Right. SDCC should reappoint 3 of its ED as NED. Again lah, cannot lah. You cannot just simply shift ED to become NED. Okay, so the answer is number 1. Okay, is there any other for question number 1 until question number 5? Any other problem? This one relating to your corporate governance? Relating to your internal auditor? Remember, if you are a listed company, if your client is a listed client, is it compulsory for them to have internal audit department? Is it compulsory for them to set up internal auditor, be it from in-house or outsource? The answer is no. Okay, it is not compulsory for the listed co to have internal audit function. What is compulsory is for the listed co to evaluate, guys, write in your notebook, to evaluate on annual basis the need to have internal auditor. That's it. To evaluate on annual basis the need to have internal auditor. Okay, so just evaluate on yearly basis. This year, perlu ke? Tak perlu. Okay, tak apa. Kita KIV next year. Then next year, evaluate again. Do we now need internal auditor? No need lah. Because it's still manageable. Still manageable. Our company is not that big yet. We did not expand to overseas business yet. So that's why you saw kan, kalau dalam you buka LinkedIn, when you look for internal audit job, usually it's relating to MNC lah, multinational company, because they need an internal auditor. Okay, all right. Then, okay, what about question number 6 until question number 10? Any issues? 6 until 10, any issues? Which one needs further guidance? Question 7, why the answer is not A? Okay, question 7. All work carried out by EA should be documented in their working paper, regardless of whether it relates to interim or final, correct? Which of the following is not a valid reason for producing audit documentation? It ensures that the auditor cannot be sued for negligence. Okay. Regardless you have proper documentation or improper or incomplete documentation, it doesn't stop the what? The ability of your client to sue you. Client can still sue you, but you can use the documentation to protect yourself. So if I'm going to restructure this wording, it would be, it ensure that the auditor can protect themselves in case being sued for negligence. Okay? Am I answering your concern? Okay, good. Basis, it enables member to direct, supervise, and review the audit work. This is the answer because this is actually part of this is reason why we perform audit planning. This is the reason why we perform audit planning, not the reason why we produce audit documentation. Okay? Direct, supervise, and review. Direct, supervise, yeah, audit planning. Okay, question number 8 and 10. Which of the following consideration is the most important when deciding whether or not to rely on the work performed by IE? Guys, first set we have seen relating to rely on the work of expert. Question number 8 is relating to consideration to rely on the work of IE. Okay, so number 1, we are looking at the most important. Okay, number 1, whether any members of Carlisle Internal Audit Department hold a professional qualification. Okay, for internal auditor, it is not necessary to hold a professional qualification like external auditor. External auditor, yes, need professional qualification as you and me lah. But internal auditor, it's okay if you do not hold any professional qualification as long as you have experience, undergo training. Okay, because sometimes a company, especially a big company, they would prefer to maybe apa? Okay, Izwan is in finance department, has been in finance department for the past 5 years. So I want to allocate Izwan from finance department to become to go to my internal audit department. This is one of the normal practice lah in the company. Okay, so you don't have to hold any professional qualification. Yeah, if you have knowledge about the company, you know the background of the company, you have appropriate qualification, you got some qualification regardless whatever background, and you are fit to become IE. Okay, so okay, see whether a separate audit committee exists. Yeah, what do you mean by separate? Okay, I would KIV option number 3. Okay, what about number 4? Whether Carlisle's Internal Audit Department has a work plan which schedule the work they should perform to the end of the year. Okay, applicable, but why B is the most important? Whether the work performed by IA relates to the specific audit assertion over which YE and co have concern. When deciding whether or not to rely. What is the best explanation for this? How to make this easy for you? Which of the following consideration most important when decide whether or not to rely? I'm going to rely if the work performed by IA relates to specific audit assertion over which. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's very general information here. Okay, I want you to imagine. This one need a bit of imagination. Okay, you are, as external auditor, you are concerned about completeness of payroll expenses recorded in FS. You are concerned about payroll completeness recorded in FS. So you are deciding, should I rely on the work performed by IA? Okay, I will surely rely on the work performed by IA if the work performed by IA related to the specific assertion over which I as auditor have concern. So just now, let's say external auditor concerned on the completeness of the payroll. And when you inquire the internal auditor, they mentioned that yes, we throughout the year, we did looking into the payroll department as to how they record payroll expenses, as to how they maybe perform some reconciliation in ensuring that the payroll recorded in FS is complete. So you as external auditor, when you hear this, what is this? When you hear that internal auditor already performed checking on that, then you are going to rely. Okay, but of course not straight away rely lah. Okay, okay. Now not straight away rely. So this is number 1 concern. Then after that, then only we rely on number 2. Rely on whether they have some experience, whether they have planned their work throughout the year. Okay, this is really part of the reliance on the work of audit, reliance on the work of IA. Okay, this is all the correct answer. if, hold on, let me rephrase my wording. If section B came out in exam stating that what are the matters to consider before placing reliance on IE, very general, right? So the answer would be all of this is applicable. Okay, but what is the most important is this one, whether internal auditor did perform some checking on our concern. So we are going to further rely on the work of IE. Okay, right, move on, number 10. Okay, this is relating to the interim audit. During the interim audit, you perform internal control testing, and the result of this indicate that to date, the control environment is strong and internal control are operating effectively. Okay, we are performing interim audit. Okay, and during that interim audit, we perform internal control testing. Okay, and we found that the internal control is strong. You are assessing what impact the result of the testing from the interim will have on the final audits and have made list of the following consideration. So basically, the question asks you, since you already performed checking on the internal control during the interim audit, what else that you should consider when you are going to perform checking on the final audit later? Okay, so which of the following should be taken into account when determining the extent of the additional work needed at the final audit? The significance of the assessed risk of MM at the assertion level. Okay, so basically, to make this easy for you, how risky is that account? So if risky, then you might want to expand. I mean, you might want to cover lah. I think this one I have to draw a bit lah. This is year end. This is year end, right? This is year end. This is interim audit here. Okay, we cover from here until here for interim audit. Final audit, we cover from here until here. Okay, so number one is basically this one. Assume we already checked on this, check on from January until October, for example. So are we going to cover, for November until December? Maybe we have to consider what is the risk level of that accounts. Let's say accounts that we are checking is payroll accounts. How risky is that account? If risky, then maybe need to extend some more sample to cover for period of November and December. If not risky, then maybe we can just drop this. Okay, no need to cover for November and December because we have already covered for the 10 months. So maybe partner cakap that is sufficient. Okay, number two, the specific control that were tested during the interim period changes. Guys, internal control here and internal control here got some changes. So you verify the control here when you are performing interim audit. Suddenly, when you come for final audit, you notice that, they changed internal control. Of course, you have to test as well. That is the meaning of number two. Number three, the length of remaining period under audit. Guys, I want you to imagine this. Instead of we cover from we cover from January until October, I want you to imagine we cover from January until November. So there's a 1 month only that we have an audit. So perhaps we just want to ignore lah. Like 1 month figure, how material could it be? Okay, so that's why this one also put into consideration. Okay, number four, the extent to which the auditor intend to reduce further SP based on the reliance of the control. Okay, what is the meaning of number four? Okay, when you're checking the internal control, you notice that internal control is very good. Okay, so if I am the partner, I might just tell my audit team, okay lah, no need to check anymore lah this one because the internal control is very good. So I'm going to just straight away rely on the internal control because I know a good internal control will results to good figure in the financial statement. Okay, so that's why, as a partner, maybe I say my judgment would be, since internal control is strong, operating effectively, I'm going to rely on internal control. I'm not going to test so much lah on the figure in the financial statement. Okay, so that's why the answer is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, last one, guys. Before we end the class, question number 11 until 15. Any issues? Okay, 12 and 14. This is relating to the going concern. Okay, which two of the following statement describe the immediate impact with the withdrawal of the supplier credit will have on the ability to trade? Okay, so their supplier withdraw the credit function, meaning that credit function is basically you cannot pay on credit anymore. As in you cannot take your time to. It's going to be on COD basis lah. Goods come in, you have to pay on the same day. Okay, where is it here? Okay, consequently, some of Medibake supplier have been paid much later than usual, and hence a number of key suppliers have withdrawn credit term. So credit term is like 30 days, 60 days, and the days needed or required or granted to us before we make payment. So now that supplier withdraw the credit term, we have to pay on the cash on delivery. Means that today goods received, we are required to make payment on the same day. Okay, and that would further put pressure on our cash flow. Because you have to remember, as a company, we are going to give our customer credit term. So customer pay us a bit late, but suddenly we have to pay our supplier on the day the goods received. on the day our raw materials arrive at our premise. So yeah, there's no money in, but money out. Money in is a bit later, but now we have to pay already. Okay, so put pressure on the cash flow. Number 2, supplier may end their relationship with Medibate, preventing the company from producing its product, thus further reducing sales, of course. If supplier, especially a big supplier, okay, some of them might not want to trade with us anymore. So yeah, we are lacking in materials. They are in what industry? Pharmaceutical company. Okay, we don't have any raw materials to produce our goods, so further reducing sales. Okay. Medibate will have to seek alternative supplier who may not meet Medibate poor quality control standard. Immediate impact of the withdrawal. I think this is not immediate impact yet because why, guys? Because that supplier still agree to supply goods to us, but just that no credit term. Okay, it's not that this supplier has gone out of business. If supplier gone out of business, yes, we might need to seek alternative supplier, which may not up to the company's standard. But now the company is the supplier is still there, just that they refuse to give us credit term. Okay, so this is not the immediate. Unless the supplier bankrupt, out of business, then yes, this would be the answer. Okay, number 4, the bank may impose strict covenants on the overdraft, restricting the way Medibate Co can conduct its future operation. Yes, this could happen in future, but not immediate lah. Okay, after sometimes banker might evaluate if you know the wording of credit rating. Okay, I hope you know, or you would want to Google what is credit rating. Okay, sometimes bank review what is the credit rating for their customer, and if the credit rating is not good as compared to the previous rating, then maybe the bank may impose strict covenants on the overdraft. Okay, so the bank, instead of macam a bit relaxed on this client, but since credit rating is gone bad, so banker also might want to further pressure the company lah. Okay, so that's why the answer is A and B. One more. Okay, this one. Okay, this one is a long story. I have to recap you on the audit report and additional paragraph in audit report. So I guess we covered this on our last class. If that is too late, then you can refer to my notes. Just now I mentioned to you that I'm going to send you my notes, extract of my notes. And in that notes there is some chart relating to this, and you can refer to that. Okay, after I send you that note, I will let you know to refer to which chart for you to answer this question 14. Okay, all right, done. I know this MCQ session is lengthy, a bit tiring, time consuming, but yeah, I still want to do this because I think this is the only way we can touch on various sub chapter in 3 hours. Okay, and if let's say you don't know what I'm talking about, then please take note that one is relating to which chapters, and please revise, guys. Please revise. There's only so much that I can help you in these 28 hours together. Okay, yeah. So I guess for MCQ number 2, I'm just going to give you the answer. Any issues, you can WhatsApp me. I'm going to reply you in the voice note. Okay, guys. Next class. Oh, sorry, I forgot to inform you. Tomorrow we don't have any class. I need to go to Shah Alam because my tenant is I have tenant in Shah Alam. My tenant is going to pass keys, and we cannot do this on weekdays. So yeah, I will reschedule tomorrow's class to maybe either next week Wednesday, either next